Hi there, Doug Stuman with IT Creations. Today we'll be reviewing Lenovo's top-of-the-line ThinkStation P920 Workstation Tower. Yep, this is the pinnacle of ThinkStation technology, at least so far. P920 handles the same complex applications supported on other workstations. And yes, I am talking about independent software vendor certified applications. It's designed to compete against the HP Z8 G4 and Dell's Precision 7920 Tower workstations, and there is definitely a case for that. Let's dive in. There are 3 desktop workstations that make up Lenovo's ThinkStation lineup. I suppose 4 if you count the compact version of the P520, the P520C. Anyways, from bottom to top, that would be the single socket P520, dual socket P720, and the dual socket P920 we have here today. Most of these high-end systems will most likely never be fully outfitted to the ridiculous specs possible, unless you want to rack mount the system and share the wealth of technological goodies. What's the system good for? Just about anything you can imagine. I mean, what else are you going to use for your super secret intellectual data? Or creating that simulation of Mars weather patterns, making sense of the readings from your financial model that covers the impact of Bitcoin failures on the financial markets. I just made that last part up, but if it's complex, this is your first step in unraveling the secrets of the universe, which I might already add has been accomplished by deep thought. It's 42. Now all we need is the question. But let's move on. The system itself has a very industrial look with plenty of ports front and back to connect a variety of external components. The front media bays can also be configured to support other options, but we'll get to that in a minute. It has handles to move the system around the office, and you will need those because even with a minimal configuration, the system is quite solidly built. Once you remove the lockable side panel, it's very neat and tidy inside with plastic air baffles directing air over the critical components, and red markers throughout the case indicating touch points to remove components. Are you interested in purchasing one of these? I know I am, but if you are, then for a limited time you can save up to $500 off a system listed at $5,000 or more. Just click that link to see pricing, and when you're ready to make a purchase, just mention this video. It's that simple. You can install 2 Intel Xeon Scalable processors from the Bronze, Silver, Gold, or Platinum families, up to 205 watts of power and 28 cores. Each processor supports 6 memory channels, and on this system, each processor has 8 memory module slots. That means you'll have 4 memory modules, each in their own memory channel, and the other 2 memory channels will have 2 memory modules installed per channel. Registered, load-reduced, and 3DS registered memory modules are supported on this system, offering transfer speeds of up to 2666 MHz. However, to support the full complement of memory, you will need one of those processors with an M, as only they can support 1.5 terabytes each. Using 128 gigabyte memory modules in all 16 memory module slots, along with those M processors, you will achieve the full 2 terabytes of memory. This is also where you'll be faced with a problem, and it goes like this. Should I spend like 3 times more for that extra 500 gigabytes of memory for 2 terabytes total using 2 of those M processors? Or will I be satisfied with just 1.5 terabytes and go with those still quite expensive Xeons that only support 768 gigabytes each? Tell us how that goes. However, at this point, I should also mention that both HP and Dell support up to 3 terabytes of memory using 24 memory module slots loaded with 128 gigabyte 3DS memory modules. And again, that would be with the M suffix on the CPUs. If you need 3 terabytes, then you should go with one of the other guys. But let's face facts. Memory is expensive and CPUs are expensive. I mean, 2 terabytes is a lot of memory, but so is 1.5 terabytes. We're only using 32 gigabytes to edit and render this video in Adobe After Effects. For best memory performance, you'll install a single memory module in each memory channel, and graciously, Lenovo has already considered that. With only a single memory module in each channel, you'll maximize memory performance, and you'll only need the standard non-M processors because that configuration will total 1.5 terabytes. Like the P720, Lenovo says this system will support up to 12 internal drives, and that includes SATA, SAS, and NVMe storage devices. To arrive at 12 internal storage devices requires all 4 internal flex bays are outfitted with a dual drive hot swap backplane. The internal flex drive tray can support either a single 3.5-inch drive paired with a 2.5-inch drive or 2 2.5-inch drives. You can install 3 more drives using the front 5.25-inch media bays, one of which will support a single 3.5-inch drive and a 2.5-inch drive, and another that will support a single 2.5-inch drive with a slimline optical device. So that makes 11 drives. Lastly, there is a dedicated spot on the motherboard with 2 x4 PCIe slots for a proprietary circuit board with heatsink that can support a maximum of 2 M.2 drives, and there you have it, 13 drives. Wait, didn't Lenovo say 12 drives? This must be the bonus Lenovo forgot to mention. But we're not stopping there. You can install even more storage if you use the PCIe slots outfitted with Lenovo's single, dual, and/or quad M.2 adapter cards. As a professional workstation, all of these drive bays are needed to enable RAID options for protecting your data or for faster performance. You can install multiple RAIDs to address different workloads using either the integrated RAID controller, Intel Virtual RAID on CPU, or one of the Broadcom RAID controller options. SATA drives are supported on the Lenovo P920 by the integrated RAID controller that supports RAID configurations of 0, 1, 5, and 10 using Intel's Rapid Storage Technology Enterprise, or RSTE. For NVMe, RAID is supported through VROC, Virtual RAID on CPU. VROC uses Intel's volume management device to create RAID arrays for NVMe devices. The VMD is an integrated controller in the CPU and provides access to the PCIe lanes for NVMe drives. M.2 drives using the x8 PCIe lanes can be configured to RAID 0 without VROC hardware key. However, if you want other RAID options, then you will need a VROC Standard, Premium, or an Intel-only SSD license key module that installs in the VROC connector on the motherboard. That last provides the full range of RAID options but can only be used with Intel drives. Funny how that works. VROC enables you to create RAID groups and is used specifically for those NVMe drives. VROC will save you the cost of purchasing one of those Mega RAID controllers, but if you do install one of those controllers, you won't need VROC because NVMe RAID can be handled through the controller. The P920 has several integrated and optional security features that I grabbed right off of Lenovo's site. A diagnostic panel on the front of the system provides telltale warning lights for the basic components. You have options to manage the system, beginning with Intel Active Management technology that's part of the CPU architecture and enables remote and at-chassis management. There's also ThinkStation Diagnostics for Windows and an app for your Android or iOS-based phone or tablet, which is handy if you're on the go. And then there's Lenovo's proprietary Performance Advisor that acts like a launch window for the supported ISV-certified applications and enables the best performance for your particular configuration. If you want to run SAS drives, then you will need to purchase a separate PCIe Mega RAID controller, like the Broadcom Mega RAID 9448i or the 9460 16i. Both will support both SATA and SAS drives operating at speeds of 6 and 12 gigabits per second, plus NVMe storage devices connected to the PCIe lanes. An optional supercapacitor module straddles the PCIe slots and attaches to the PCIe card retainer brackets at both ends. It provides temporary backup power to the Mega RAID controller in the event of a power failure, ensuring data protection. There are 8 PCIe slots total, with 5 on the bottom controlled by CPU 1, including 2 by 16 slots and 3 by 8 slots. 3 more by 16 slots at the top of the chassis are only active with a second processor. With just a single CPU, you can install 2 double-wide GPUs using the 2 by 16 slots in the lower level. With both processors installed, you can install a third double-wide high-performance card in the top slot. This workstation supports the ultra-performance cards from both NVIDIA and AMD. But if you want more video ports than 12, then you can install up to 4 mid-range cards or up to 5 of the lower-end GPUs up to 75 watts each. I know what you're asking yourself at this point, and I think our position was very well stated by one of our viewers, but here's the question. Will it support that new NVIDIA RTX 2080 Ti? You bet your ass it will. In addition to an HD RAID controller, more M.2 PCI storage card options, and additional GPUs, you can also install Wi-Fi, faster network connection cards instead of just the 2 1 gigabit Ethernet ports on the back of the system. I think we verified that the Lenovo ThinkStation P920 Workstation features an obscene display of technology at its finest. If you're creating that next disruptive technology from the ground up or doing some world building for a simulation, the Lenovo ThinkStation P920 Workstation is a great choice, especially when you take advantage of all that high-performance features supported on this system, like faster scalable processors and memory, courtesy of Intel, which is kind of a given, but you can also install up to 3 GPUs totaling 750 watts of power or 5 cards under 75 watts. And if each of those cards supports 4 display ports, that's enough for up to 20 displays. I'm not sure what that would do to the performance, but still, you could. You also have super fast storage from those M.2 drives and a load of storage in general. Like the top platforms from the other manufacturers, this system over-delivers. We have this in stock right now. I placed a few links below for pricing and technical information. If you have any questions on the P920 or any other system, just post them in the comment section below. Like, subscribe, and comment. I'm Doug Stewman with IT Creations, and thanks for watching.